Yo, yo. Welcome to Local Riffs. What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
We're doing pretty good. Help yourself. Right.
We're here with Revelations from South Florida. Is that good? South Florida or Southeast Florida?
Just South Florida, yeah.
We got Dalton. This is my protege. He's trying to hate on me with the blockers, but that ain't flying tonight.
Sorry, hang on, pulling it up on his phone.
So yeah, we live. Looks like I don't know. How's it sound over there? I see the chat going on. Oh, y'all good?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Hey. So yeah, we're here getting a little Instagram call in. Hopefully everybody can see that non clean HDMI out. But I mean, this is the first time for us to do this the live video and stuff. So hopefully it works out pretty good. So yeah, we're here. Welcome to Local Riffs for Revelations. If y'all want, guys, y'all can introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the band.
All right, so I'll start. So I'm Anton. I am the drummer in Revelations. And yeah, play drums. He's the newest member. Just came in. He kicks it.
Oh yeah. My name's Luca. I'm the guitarist, co-founder. Been around for about a year so far.
Hell yeah.
My name's Nick. I am the head founder of this band. I am 17. You know, I do vocals. I write all the songs as of currently. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. Sorry, our other guitarist Tom couldn't be here. He had some important things to.
It's all good, man. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, maybe next time something. It's fine. It's just a representation, getting y'all's name out there, and bringing it to our side of town. I guess we're in right outside New Orleans, Louisiana. Obviously just hanging loose, and on a Friday, wanted to get y'all on, and we try to reach out to bands, not just random bands, but we kind of let the bands choose us too, to reach out and see if they really want to, if they feel comfortable or if they're up to the challenge or whatever you want to put it. Dalton, I think me and you've done a few podcasts together. What you think? I mean,
more than enough.
And this is our first live stream. So I guess that's a
Live stream. What up, chat?
I wish I had that fucking laptop.
Put fucking
here.
F's in the chat, boys and girls. Sorry. Don't mean not include anyone.
Usually we run some music and stuff, but of course we're still fine tuning this live stream thing. It looks like everything's going well. I think there's no bad negatives in the chat. I'm about to keep a close eye on that. But I guess starting right off, we can kind of get into some questions. What kind of what would y'all describe y'all's music as? Because I know something earlier, with the tracks that y'all sent over and stuff. Y'all said y'all made a kind of like a conversion or whatever, and I was just letting the big Trash King right here listen to some of it, and the newer stuff too, and he's like a thrash head, and I'm not saying that music's thrashy, but it does have a difference between, if you would think of like a hardcore to a more progressive sound, what drove y'all to push that change?
You want to start with it?
Sure, yeah. So lately we've been kind of calling ourselves more melodic death metal. We've kind of gone in that genre, and we've gone that way a little more. We used to be more groove metal, like Pantera, Lamb of God. Yeah. So we kind of started out as groove metal, and we also wanted to be thrash at the beginning. Kind of like our biggest idols at that time were like Metallica, Megadeth.
Mm-hmm.
Then we kind of
drifted away slowly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the band Trivium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're inspired a lot by Metallica, and we fell in love with them, and ever since like a year. Yeah. Our first show we played in Waves, and we've loved that band. Even that song, it's helped us write because it's introduced us to different bands. That was our gateway band to finding our real sound.
100%.
There's always one. There's always one gateway band.
For sure. I mean, like, we started off, like Lucas said, with Pantera, Lamb of God, specifically Redneck. We loved that song. Like, we were like, man, we gotta cover that, because originally this band was a cover band, not an original band. But the songs you guys heard, The Sword, our first one, and
Mhm.
Talk, the hardcore one, those were written almost a year ago, but we didn't put them out because we had problems with, bandmates leaving, a lot of people going to college. We had a really good friend Enzo come in. He's in Belmont, Tennessee right now. Thank you so much, Enzo, for helping us out.
Shout out to Enzo.
Yeah, I know. Shout out Enzo, that's my boy. But yeah, no, shout out to him, man, because he also opened us up to like hardcore stuff. Cause like I don't know if you guys know Kublai Khan. That helped us write Top. That song was really cool.
Yeah,
what
I really like that kind of breakdown transition in that song where it just kind of goes.
Yeah.
It really sounds south of the tracks for sure, man. I really like that sound and that little breakdown.
It's got a very bluesy kind of feel. Very cool.
Yeah, super dope. I mean, hell, I grew up on, the thrashier side of the metal scene. You know, I mean, in some aspects, I kind of throw Pantera in there. But further listening, it's a little more southern, like groove type metal.
sure.
Metallica, Megadeth, Exodus, Testament. A lot of those guys, really influenced my guitar playing and the sound that I like more. And then I've kind of opened up since then. Matter of fact, y'all mentioned Trivium. Actually, my little brother's first show he ever went to that I actually got to bring him to was what was it? It was
The one in Lafayette?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
no. It was
Oh.
yeah, it was Lafayette. It was In Flames, Trivium, Megadeth, and Lamb of God.
Yeah, it was a sick show too.
That
It's like a sick lineup. Yeah.
that's a hell of a first show to go to. And a matter of fact, I'm actually trying to get tickets to go see the Lamb of God Mastodon co-headline tour out in Houston. Yeah, and they're going to be playing. So Lamb of God's going to be playing the entire Ashes of the Wake album, and then Mastodon's going to be playing the entire Leviathan album, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's the songs that Brian was showing me is definitely heading that way in more of a thrashier tone. And to be perfectly honest with you, I mean I think there needs to be more thrash out there. I think a lot it's too grindcore, deathcore. I mean not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean hell, I think now you throw out a thrash metal band and everybody kind of perks up. They're like, shit, I haven't heard this in years.
Well, I do feel like how you're talking about the melodic death metal. Last night I heard it was just real airy, but it was a band called Suicide Forest. Was it last night I went to that, or was it? I think it was Tuesday. What's the day? Friday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. I went to it, and
It's his brain, man. He's old.
but I was listening to y'all's music on the way, down to the gig or whatever. And, I listened to some of their music a little bit last week, Suicide Forest, but man, it's both music, both of y'all's, styles were pretty close. I guess more of a newer version of trying to get that, because a lot of people do death metal and melodic death metal and stuff. But I think adding that I don't know, it just sounds rugged. That
I agree. It's like his playing has brought a lot to the band. I feel like we really wanted to go for that melodic death metal style, and we were trying drummers out before, but we never had that you know what I mean? Certain drummers have it, and this guy's got it, and we're really grateful to have him.
Yeah.
He's definitely helped us out a lot. Certain drummers have it.
Oh shit. Sorry about that. I tuned into my phone. I don't need to hear it like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, certainly in you know, 'cause me and old B bag over here, we've been in, you know, a few bands together, and you know, even you know, with us being into, you know, bands together and we feed off each other pretty well, you know, adding a new member to the band, there's something about it just lights a fire under your ass,
But
and it's
sometimes
like,
that
oh,
shit
okay.
can shoot you in the foot too.
Sometimes
But
it can, it absolutely can,
but a new perspective to things will
mm-hmm. It seems like it worked out for old Revelations right here. You know, adding a new member really fucking fired them up.
and I think a lot of that too is finding the right chemistry with dedication and wanting to get your talent, because I mean it's fun to I hate to say show off sometimes, but you know you work hard and practice, and I think it's cool to make something that matters and stands out too. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah, hell yeah, that's awesome. But and especially, man, like I didn't realize, you know, not to be, you know, ageist or whatever, but I didn't realize y'all were as young as you are, and you know, you guys got a lot of future ahead, you know, and you know, the possibilities are endless at this point. You know, y'all can go in whatever direction you want. Is there, you know, are y'all wanting to experiment with different styles, or y'all kind of just setting the thrash, or what's going on?
I mean, like I said, we're calling it more melodic death because we're inspired by more melodic death metal bands. At least vocally, I am very inspired by like Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia. I don't know if you can see the poster.
Of course.
Also, I love deathcore, like Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence.
Hell yeah.
He's got an amazing voice.
R.I.P. to both.
I also love old school death metal too. I'm wearing an obituary shirt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love them.
But,
Repping.
Yeah, man. But I love like Cannibal Corpse, Chris Barnes, era stuff cool. You know, Gutted.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But like you guys were saying, okay. The music we started off with, like Tough and The Sword, they were thrash inspired, but we were like, we still want to have that like hardcore vibe. You know what I mean? And it's like moving forward with the melodic stuff. Or, you know, people call it metalcore, other people call it, you know, melodic death metal. You guys call it thrash. We just really want to have that like hardcore feel, because the crowds over here, okay, hardcore and deathcore, I'd say, are the top like genre over here in South Florida.
Yeah, we went down when we was down in West Palm Beach. We was down there. We saw Coagula, Grasping at the Shadow, Omnisium, I think that's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, the technical death metal band.
Yeah, and Sustenance from Georgia, but all the other three, they were from, you know, that area or like Tampa area or whatever. And homie James mentioned on one of the episodes that we leveled up when we went down there, because it was way different type of core, whatever kind you want to call it, than, you know, over by us. I mean, not saying, you know, I don't know. It was intense. We enjoyed ourselves. We went to Propaganda. That's where the show was, and like Lake Worth or whatever. And we met Death of a Deity there. You know, they were there at the crowd and shit. We got a little interview with them on the road, you know, on the sidewalk. But you're right. I down there especially, and we know a few DJs that do like kind of, well, they do EDM and drum and bass. But even they say that that metal scene is very prominent over a lot of other things down there.
It is unbeatable. I love my hometown. That's all I can say. Man.
Yeah.
Deathcore and hardcore is amazing. That's the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to have, you know, a breakdown or a rip that people can just, you know, two-step, mosh, you know, spin kick. Mm-hmm. We just wanted to have that like vibe. So we wanted to transfer everything, put everything together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But moving forward, like the melodic death stuff, I feel like we're still trying to have that. The only problem we're running into is that it's too fast. A lot of people over here just want to, you know, have, you know, that little fight riff and the 140
fast. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, they won't do a circle pit. Like they just want to.
Yeah,
they just want to stand still. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, they start to panic because I mean I can only swing my arm so fast before I throw my rotator cuff out.
Like,
you know?
oh, I'm sorry.
I get winded quick.
Y'all chose a good name for the song "Tough" because that is definitely a tough one. But the sword, it sounds really good. We're going to be checking out some of these other ones here in a few. Hopefully, if not, they'll definitely be tuned in onto the podcast. Now we're doing a live stream now, but there will be the podcast up on Spotify. That you know how we do our thing and stuff for local riffs. Thanks to all the people in the chat, which looks like it's just a couple, but we appreciate it.
A lot of Emily and Amy.
So
and Red Rags.
Yeah. The trash king.
Bitch.
So I don't know if we called it at the beginning, but did y'all mention how long y'all been a band total, or because somebody in the chat mentioned, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, we've been a band for about a year. We started last November, and then played our first show we started the 2 Decembers ago.
Okay.
Not this past December, but December before. Then we played our first show in January. So we had our kind of first anniversary as a band just this January. So we were at the cover band at that time. We had no music out. So, and we kind of only started becoming an original band as of the past 6 months. So
Not even. No.
Not even, yeah.
No, like a year.
4 months.
We knew what we wanted, and we were just like, we need to do it. But at the time, we didn't have a drummer that was in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, okay, what are we going to do? And our buddy Enzo, God love Enzo. God love Enzo, man. That
Shout out
guy is
Enzo
deep.
Again.
But,
We love Enzo.
We love Enzo.
We love you,
That's
Enzo.
the thing we're going to post. We're going to say, we love Enzo.
Show me your belly button, dude.
Can I
Whoa.
can I sit in your lap?
But, let me see.
Tell you what I want for Christmas.
All right, so we knew what we wanted. Enzo just, he was ready for the covers. But when he came back down for spring break, let's say, he was down to play originals with us, but then we just never got around to it because we didn't book. We were super busy writing, you know. And at the time, that was our focus, and we wanted to just stick with that. So we hammered out a bunch of originals. What happened with them? We didn't do anything with them. We ended up using a lot of the riffs for some of the newer melodic death stuff as like breakdown riffs. But even now, like we're still trying to work on it because we went into the studio with Nick Corusilla. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
But we went in to record Man of God, the song I sent you guys.
Mm-hmm. Killer
Our
track.
release after we released our other song, Tyrant.
Yeah,
But,
killer track.
Thank you. But yeah, Man or God, we went in. Nick loved it. He was like, "There's only one other melodic metal band, and that's Amnio, which you guys definitely got to have come on because they kick it."
Oh, we're gonna hit them all.
You guys better, man.
Yeah, we're gonna hit them all, man.
All right. But yeah, Amnio, really cool band. But afterwards, after we recorded Man or God, he was just like, "What do you guys got next? You guys got more like melodic death stuff?" We're like, "Actually, no, we got a deathcore song." Because we're like, "Cool, diversity." And he was like, we played it for him, and he was just like, "It's good, but like I've heard, the same thing happen all the time. It's like bands come in with a deathcore riff sounds exactly like Pray for Plagues or like really, really early 2000s like deathcore." And he was just like, "Why don't you show me more of what you got? Like just like more of the melodic stuff." He's like, "Because I really like that." And he's like, "If you guys stick with your niche, you guys are going to get somewhere." And we decided to record our other song, Like Falling Creek, which we need to send y'all in the future, when we come on again.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool with y'all.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
Anytime.
But, we got to come come back on. We'll do you guys the song. Maybe we'll even do a playthrough. Who knows? But, anyways, he really liked the other song. So he was like, "Okay, so next time you guys come back, screw the deathcore stuff, only do melodic death." And me and Luca were kind of feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And his first song he learned was a deathcore song. It was called Forsaken. We had never played it, and we just ended up scrapping it.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was deathcore, but it was also super hardcore. And, like, I bet the scene would love it, but it's like, it's not us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like even playing Withered, the deathcore song in our set list, I thought people would like it. We're still going to play it for another few shows until we start adding more of our melodic death stuff in. Because we're still, like I said, we're trying to put all of our albums.
Yeah, you built your set list up for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And we're taking out a lot of stuff, but we don't want to just drop it immediately.
Well, a lot of people might be thinking that that's a good direction for y'all. And not only that, I think sometimes when especially you have people that go to shows often, they can kind of get burnt out on the same kind of thing because at the end of the day, if you're not like really standing out, yeah, you could be good at the band, you can be having fire songs and all that stuff, but do you separate yourself from the rest of that? Not saying that that's better, just more different. And I think sometimes people, they like, wow, try that instead. And that might be a good motivation to to continue. That's kind of what I was going to go with on the, y'all was mentioning the other band. Hold on, I'm trying to get this up right quick. What are some like bands that y'all, from that area or that y'all are familiar with that, that kind of, does it for y'all? Like, bands practice and they do shows, but I'm sure y'all go to shows also, right? I mean, y'all supporting the scene and stuff. So what kind of what's some bands down there that y'all like?
Okay, so the other band I just mentioned, Amnia, Luca, dude, he's insane. He
Not
just
me,
put
the other.
not this
not
Luca.
me.
Luca, for the guitarist, he does. Okay, first of all, let me start off with this. He did everything on this Amnia EP. It's absolutely killer. He's on Revolver Magazine right now.
Okay.
It's insane. Started off last year. I think he recorded, Burke's Dungeon. Burke's a cool guy. At least from what I've heard. We never recorded with him. But I've heard he's really cool. Anyways.
Yeah.
Nick, the guy who recorded us, awesome guy. He's got really cool bands you guys can check out too. Fallen God, Final Warning. Really cool stuff. He also wrote the Tracheotomy stuff, if you guys have ever heard of Trach. They're really cool. They're touring right now.
Cool.
But yeah, Lucas band Manticore, their last show ever is tomorrow. And the main reason why, I watched their Brutality podcast, and they were just like, it's like deathcore is fun, but it can get boring sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they wanted to experiment with new stuff, but this album is insane. This is by Manticore.
Let's get a little closer look at that. What you got right there? Oh, there it is.
There it is. That's cool as shit.
Mantikore. They are awesome. It's sad that they're breaking up, but all good things come to an end.
Yeah.
But this album is amazing. Like, I haven't heard raw deathcore that sounds good
Yeah.
in so long. Like, a lot of the deathcore bands now, they're just trying to copy the gentler stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Kind of that genty thing is still. I mean, and I like that stuff, but you need something different sometimes, and that doesn't mean that it has to be less heavy or hardcore or whatever, or more. Just there's a million ways to change it. And I guess if you have your own inspirations, and kind of what I was gonna say about the bands that inspired, obviously I used to play guitar sometimes, and me and him wrote tons of songs, and every one of them sound like it's been inspired by somebody different and all. But you mentioned like Metallica and Megadeth and Trivium and a lot of those bands that a lot of upcoming bands get their inspiration from. Some of those tracks that they got are monumental. And I think that's what separates the very good ones, the influences from the run of the mill kind of cookie cutter thing,
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody else like Metallica.
No.
Definitely.
I mean,
we
or
all-
Slipknot or anything like that. And we like, I like a lot less mainstream, but you can't argue that those are legends. Those inspirations that y'all got, every band that pretty much is a band today got, even you going back to like the Beatles and Hendrix. And
Yeah, they were all
Muddy
inspired
Water,
by
all-
somebody.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we actually have somebody in the chat, a little local legend, Dennis Breland. He's a good vocalist. He's been in a bunch of bands.
Hi, Santina.
He says he's not going to listen to your music unless you send him that Deflorate poster.
No, that's not good money for that.
Just send him a fake.
Yeah,
fake.
you How the fuck do you fake it? You might as well just hang it back up.
No, just take a fucking picture
Yeah,
and
just-
then just send him the
Vinyl
picture
too.
of it.
It's on vinyl as well.
Yeah, he's a big homie of ours.
Yeah, man, local legend.
Photocopy it.
Photocopy it.
Yeah, if y'all got YouTube up, y'all interact with that chat because they want to chat with y'all too and stuff. Feel free to do so. We're on board to keep this going for a little bit, and I think we're having a good time. The audio is I don't know if it's questionable or not. I don't see nothing really in the chat that's usually they're blowing us down like y'all suck. Turn it off.
Stone the witch.
We have attempted this multiple times. I think this is going to be the official first time we did an episode.
Santina says audio is good.
Oh, nice.
Zachary says, no way, I know those guys.
Oh, what's up, Zach? You know
Oh,
them?
that's Zach. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, and oh shit.
We Dennis also says that we always need more melodic death. So you guys are going in the right direction.
Definitely.
So in like y'all were discussing earlier that y'all wrote a bunch of tracks and then some of them you just didn't do anything with them. We've done the exact same thing. Just us here in the last few years. I mean, we've got I don't even know what we really call it. I guess we call it the fuck it bucket. But we've got just a big bucket of riffs that we don't we don't know what to do with them, and they'll sit in that fuck it bucket for 10 years, man, and we don't ever know what to do with them, and then one day we just whoop it out and it fits perfectly with whatever we're trying to write at the time.
Kill time coming soon.
So no, you guys are doing exactly right, man. Like, just write what you got. If it doesn't fit now, I guarantee you it'll fit later. And I know I didn't say the name of that album right, Santina. I have an impediment.
Decalifrorite?
Yeah, I have an impediment. It's called Not Enough Chromosomes. Anyway, so let me see. So a good one I usually try to ask when I'm actually on the podcast. If you made it big enough and you could play one big show, what would be your dream lineup of a show to play?
Me personally, Trivium being one of my favorite all-time bands, that would be definitely on there. Pantera, also a huge influence for us.
Hell yeah.
Keep 'em going.
Pantera, maybe Lamb of God as well. That's probably my dream lineup. What about you?
Okay. It's a lot.
What's the limit? How many?
Yeah.
Here, let me-
So
I'll
let's
come back to that.
So let's put it in the context of just a normal show. So let's say you guys plus 5 or plus 4. So let's
cool.
let's just go like normal concert rules.
Okay. If I only had to narrow it down to 4, Trivium, Pantera. You know what? Maybe Lamb of God, and then maybe even Sepultura. Ooh.
Sepultura, man. That's and the funny thing about that is that's one that I want to cover. I want to cover Territory so bad. That's such a fucking killer riff, and that's one of those songs that they play that riff damn near all the way through the song, and it never gets old.
Like, we played Territory.
I'm a sucker. I'm a big sucker for, I like the breakdowns. I like the gutturals. I like, the solos and stuff. Like, speaking of Pantera, like Dimebag Darrell's like one of my favorite guitarists of all time. I actually have a tattoo of him on my leg. But speaking of Black Dahlia, like Brandon Ellis, man. Brandon Ellis is like a killer guitar player. And I'll just sit on YouTube and watch like guitar playthroughs of him. And man, I don't know what it is about some of these guys that are coming out now, but he is just fucking on it. And he is on it every time. That dude don't miss. And that's somebody that studied his craft and, knew what he was going to do from the start. And but solos aside and breakdowns aside, man, me personally, down to my bones, man, it's all about the riff. If you got a
100%.
killer riff, dude, that'll get me in every time.
It moves the song.
Anything groovy. So in the band that you have now, and the members that you guys have now, what is, and not to get like super complicated or whatever, but what is the typical like writing process? Like, who comes up with what? Where do you start? Things like that. I like
So
the
that
Dean
is-
back there. Okay, jealous.
That mainly Nick that writes most of the songs. He's actually plugging in the
I'm
phone.
I'm plugging the phone in right now. I want to make sure we don't lose you guys.
There we
while
go.
we're talking.
Dedication.
Yeah, the dedication.
The dedication.
But yeah, so Nick writes most of the songs. I've been writing a few
I can
songs,
see it.
but they've kind of been out of the genre. So we're gonna try to scrap a few of those. But Nick, what's your writing process?
Okay, my writing process. I listen to a killer album. Usually it inspires me,
hmm
and specifically vinyl. I find that like streaming services and stuff, it doesn't hit you as hard as it does when you have the physical music.
hmm
Whether that's a CD, I feel like CDs sound better. Maybe I'm just dumb. But vinyl definitely, it feels like you're watching the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I wrote Man or God, I was listening to Death, Individual Thought Patterns. That album is awesome.
hmm
Trying to think of what else. Deflorate, that's my all-time favorite Black Dahlia album.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
album helped shape my guitar playing, and my vocals. But I don't necessarily try to copy people. I try to mix together everything. Because like I said, with like some of the songs, I have a lot of cleans.
hmm
Like next release, Tyrant, there's a lot of cleans in the chorus. And it's more of like a trivia-based metalcore song. So,
Hell yeah, man.
I mean, regarding my writing process, man, it's really just listening to an album, enjoying it, feeling the music, and using my ear. A lot of guitarists now, at least, because, online, YouTube, whatever, it helps, people can look something up and they got it, like scales or whatever. Like
Mhm.
when I started playing guitar, I taught myself. I just looked some scales up on YouTube, and I thought that was the way to go, which, it is for most people.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like when you're writing a song, you shouldn't use scales to write it. I mean, unless you need help writing a riff that's in key, I totally get it.
hmm
But writing with your ear and not your brain, I guess. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, you want to write what sounds good, what feels good, not what's in key. Because I have some songs that are not in key. You know what I mean? They fall out a little, but they come back in,
hmm
and it adds just that emotion and that feeling that you want to have when you listen to music.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. That's at least for me. I know a lot of people like to, deal with scales, or some people like to use drop tunings. I wrote the sword and tough in a drop tuning. I could have done it in standard, and it probably would have sounded even more badass. But I don't know. I mean, starting off, what taught me guitar first of all was writing,
hmm
because what made me, okay, you guys have never even heard me play guitar, but like I can play. Luca can abide by that. If he can't make a show, I'll fill it. Well, I won't do the lead because I can't solo. But when it comes to like rhythm work, I've written everything. And like, I don't know.
Sorry.
It's like,
No, this guy in chat, Ethan. You guys know Ethan?
Oh yeah, we know Ethan.
He says, "Hey, I know these guys. Where's their incredibly attractive and insanely talented bass player?"
I wonder where.
I fucking wonder where, man. Hey, we
He's
also
there.
got somebody asking if we can move the camera back. We got two guys in frame and we got a mouth. Oh, we tipped it over. Tipped the scales.
Here, we need to do ours
Is that good?
also.
Yeah. But we got so I know
There we go. How's that? Good.
nailed it, dude. Nailed it.
Awesome.
So
Nope.
that's kind of like what you were saying, like not to really show my age, and I mean Brian's a lot older than I am.
Woo, man.
But whenever we grew up
Hopefully I don't look that old on camera.
playing guitar, it was a lot of you either listened to the album and learned how to play it by ear, or you picked up a book and tried to learn it with tablature, or if you were a smarty pants, you read sheet music.
And do some sheet music.
And you know, I was never that type. I was always the play by ear. Most of the Metallica stuff I know how to play all by ear. A couple of Pantera riffs I know how to play. It's all by ear. You know, now that YouTube is around, I've went back and been like, well, I've been playing, you know, the Cowboys from Hell riff like this, but you know, he's actually playing it like this, and I've kind of tweaked it, you know, over the years. But I mean, I'm sure it's the same for y'all, but it feels nice to. There's a sense of accomplishment when you sit down and you're like, hey, I really like this riff and I'm going to fucking learn how to play it. And you sit down for hours and hours and hours and you finally get it and you nail it. And I get the same excitement from creating music. Like me and him, you know, me and Brian will sit down.
Not to cut you off, I'll be the first to say that I know no songs by anyone. I don't know. I learned that one cover song, that Deftones song, "My Own Summer."
Oh yeah.
And that was it. I tried that Limp Bizkit song a few times with that Faith song. Don't.
Oh, come on, man. That's like the worst one to learn.
I don't know, man.
Cover, man, that doesn't count.
But I don't I listen to a lot of different music, and I just you can ask him, man. We'll go in left field creating a song, and I mean I took some lessons from Rob Arnold of Chimera.
Yeah,
some
fucking
101s.
humble brag.
Skype on with him, but that's about it. And all the years that I've been playing, it's pretty much just us been playing with people, you know, and that's how I've learned, just playing with people, you know. So sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to
Well,
cut you off.
I done forgot what I was saying. But in like you guys was talking about earlier about kind of moving between, you know, different genres and everything. It's got a lot to do with challenging yourself. You know, there might be a song that you guys might have wrote, you know, a year ago and like barely have it, you know, and then kind of working at it and now you can play it and you're like, holy shit, like we've really improved over that year and now we can fucking nail this track. What really inspired you guys to you know, pick up the different instruments or become a vocalist, you know, besides like I can't really say besides band influence, that's really all there is to it. Do you guys have any like family members that play, or did you just
Is there a lineage
that...
of music and that brought y'all to where y'all at with it?
I don't have any family members that played, but my parents forced me to play piano when I was like 7 or 8. I can't really remember. But I wanted to play I can't remember, it was like some bossa nova song, but there was a like a vocal line in it, and it wasn't really like a lot of singing, but it was just enough to, you know, call it a vocal part.
Yeah.
And my piano teacher was like, you know, not a lot of people can play and sing at the same time. And, you know, he's like, you should sign him up for singing lessons so he can, like, work on it. And, like, I was told I had it. I watched the videos when I was, like, 7 and 8. I don't think I had it. But I think, you know, the more you work on something, the more you get it. And it's clicked for me lately.
Yeah,
but,
man.
You know, coming with, like, vocals and stuff, like, no, I didn't really have anyone there besides my parents. My parents were just there pushing me. And that's ultimately made me a better musician. Not just, like, classical stuff. I mean, I don't do that anymore. But when it comes to, you know, more modern contemporary stuff now, like, you know, not saying deathcore, but when it comes to even screaming, like my parents, they were not a big fan of it. I still don't think my mom is, but you know,
I don't think a lot of parents are.
Yeah, but she's learned to live with it. You know what I mean? And she's there supporting us. Like our last show, she ran our merch booth, which we appreciate. You know.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. We love Mom.
We love Mom.
Number one employee.
Number mom.
A lot. My parents definitely helped me a lot. They pushed me forward.
Well, that's good, man. That's and unfortunately, a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people, their parents kind of find out that they're in that phase and they're just like, oh well, they'll grow out of it. Um, but it's to quote every emo in the early 2000s, it's not a phase, mom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, hell, my earliest memories are being, I mean, from what the stories I've been told is like being like 5 and 6 years old, uh, hanging out with my dad and him blaring the Injustice for All record, which is my personal favorite Metallica album. And I had my little curly blonde mullet flowing in the wind.
Blonde?
Hell yeah, I don't know.
Where?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but it was blonde as hell. It was curly as shit. But that it's something then, even then, it even my earliest memories, even before picking up any kind of instrument whatsoever, it unlocked something in me where I was like, man, that's like people can do that. Like that's fucking crazy. Like people are that talented that they can do something like that. And my parents were always pretty supportive. I mean, my mom's not super jazzed about heavy metal music. She's more of a country girl, like a Reba McEntire and a Conway Twitty girl. I got a lot of that thrash influence from my dad. And then, but for the most part, man, like, even playing piano, like,
Dude, I'm such a fucking nerd, man.
Yeah, like-
Sorry, man. I'm gadgeting over here, guys. Y'all don't mind me. Sorry.
he's like Dr. Octopus, man. He's got like 15 arms over here. But I mean, even just from what I was thinking a minute ago when you said that you kind of started playing piano, my first thought would be like incorporate that shit in there somewhere.
Of course.
Try to find some like synth, throw a little synth in there somewhere. I mean, hell, be like what's his nuts? Attack, man. Throw a fucking guitar in there, dude. Get after it.
Yeah. Bring back the old metalcore.
Bring back crabcore, dude. I don't know if my knees can go that far down.
I'll shoot one. This is pretty much gonna be for all three of y'all. Is there like a specific piece of equipment do y'all like that gives y'all a rough tone, or like do y'all it has to happen, like you have to have it to get that what you're all looking for? I can go. All three of y'all can answer. What do you think you can? What do you think you can do to make it better, or if that's the gear that you have to have no matter what?
This is the question where I can kind of nerd out a little.
There you go. Do it.
So it's a guitar modeler. It's all digital.
Mhm.
Gone are the days where I had to bring my full 4x12 amp cabinet with a full 70-pound head that I had to lug around in the rain. Annoying, cost it took like 30 minutes before every show. But now all I have to bring is just this small little pedal that has.
Yeah, I think it's that big. It's like a fucking wallet. Yeah, let's
I
see
have
what you
one
got.
So this is Nick's one. It's a little bigger than mine. It has a few more buttons, but literally mine's just this big, and I just bring it to shows, plug it directly into the monitors.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Half of the size, but it has everything. Same company, everything you really need.
What is that? Line 6 or?
Line 6,
Yeah. Old guy that one time had that head rush thing.
Dude, I'm
Remember
telling you.
That was pretty sick too, though.
And that's my thing too, man. Fuck all the haters, dude. Line 6 still makes some pretty kick-ass shit.
You see that amp right there?
Yeah,
Man, that's
I still
part of the
like
collection.
Line 6. Line 6 is not for posers. I've heard that before. Yeah. So kind of, piggybacking off of Brian's thing. We'll get to everybody on the gear thing. My question would have been, for any live shows or recording or anything, what's one piece of equipment that you have to have no matter what? So we kind of got that answer from you with the pedal and everything. But what is like the essential? Like if I don't have this, it's not going to be a good show.
He's like the pedal, duh.
The pedal. Well, I know him. I know him already. He got his.
Before we go, the pedal. So you just go DIN, and then and that's all it is. Front of house, and you just play it how you do I think we did we did an interview with Silverdose, and they're at their practice spot. It's a band down here. You check them out. And all they do is wear in ears, and the drums is the only thing that's playing. You know, and they run their DI and everything else in through their through their pedal, just like sort of similar to what that is. So yeah, I guess who else we got? What you got there, pal? I know you got a lot of gears.
I guess for drums, there's nothing specific other than just being comfortable. I guess something that's more specific to me is I sit a lot lower than most drummers.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's important to me. It just gives me more control with the kicks. I mean, some of these newer songs just got like really fast double bass parts.
Yeah, so you got to have it kind of up a little bit. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As far as equipment, I don't know. There's nothing specific. It's just making sure you're comfortable.
Do you play your drums at like a tilt, or do you play them more of a straight up?
Yeah, I play tilted. I've had shows like as in playing with cover bands where I have to play other people's drums. It's like flat, and that's so uncomfortable for me. Like you gotta roll my wrist.
Usually when I see those flat drummers like that, they got less drums than most of the guys that play the tilted ones.
Well, usually when I see a drum set that's flat like that, their fucking rims are bent to shit.
He's like standing up.
It's like playing in the drum line in high school. It's like playing in a high school drum line. I mean, more specifically, is there is there a certain type of drum, like a drum company that you like to use? Is there certain cymbals you like to use? Do you have a favorite pedal, kick drum pedals or anything like that you would prefer?
I mean, currently I've always stuck with Yamaha drums and Zildjian cymbals. I guess one thing that's specific with this band is I use it's called a piccolo snare, so it has more ring. You don't hear it on the recording stuff. A little bit.
So it's got more of a ring, but we're not talking like Saint Anger, like keg drum snare.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just more ring, more ping. It's loud.
Yeah.
It's like the snares are still there.
Ring, ping, ding.
Okay,
Yeah.
ring, ping, ding. I like it.
And you use just a single bass drum, or you have two bass drums? Like you use double bass pedal, or
one bass drum, two pedals.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they got I don't know, man. There's something about a good snappy snare, man. I almost like it to sound like a marching band snare, like real fucking tight, real fucking. There's like more of a. It's not like a pong. It's more like a. It's like real snappy, and it just fucking cuts.
Cool.
There's a lot of bands that started doing that, and I'm starting to dig it. More like a lightning crash, like, and it just stops. Like, yeah, and I've noticed too. I don't know if you do it specifically. Do you put anything on the snare? Like, do you put anything to like muffle it out a little bit? Because I know there's one cat on YouTube. He puts a fucking cowbell on his shit, on his snare.
I mean, not currently. Before I'd put dampeners, and that kind of gives you the sound you were just talking about. It's a bit more and just a more solid hit. But currently, no, just because I'm leaving more ring out. But when we're all playing together, it kind of filters out anyways with the other instruments.
Ring, ping.
The snare itself will ring for a longer time, but when we're all playing together, it's more solid.
So we play together, ring, pings, and dings.
Yeah. We're gonna make a shirt, and it's gonna say
ring, ping, ding.
Make ring, pings, and dings great again.
Get Levy to print one up.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, vocalist, what you got? What's
look, he brings in a little case.
Yeah, what's one little piece of gear that what's one you can't live without, and then what's one that you hope to acquire one day? Like, what's your dream thing?
I don't really know. Like, when it comes, as a vocalist, I would just say water, like room temperature water.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have it.
No, specifically Zephyr Hills water.
Zephyr Hills. Room.
Look.
There it is. Shout out Zephyr Hills.
Local Riffs.
Local Riffs, sponsored by Zephyr Hills Water.
Yeah.
No, that's an infringement.
No.
But we will.
But no,
we will be sponsored
water
if
is
y'all want.
very important. Water is very, very important, especially for harsh vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Austin from Shovel Pit, the deathcore band we played with recently, he explained to me
Shout
that
out
drinking
Austin, Deathcore Cowboy.
Yeah, I did. You know.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. He kicked me in the
We're playing with
kidneys.
them on 420 coming up.
Hell yeah.
But yep, we got a good lineup. I'll tell you about after. But yeah, he was explaining to me drinking water 4 hours before your show, it does a lot more than like, drinking like tea right before your show. Because like water, room temperature water, it doesn't cool your voice down, but it lubricates everything. You know what I mean? And if you drink really cold water, I mean, you get that like satisfaction, drinking cold water, but it shocks your voice. Like you're shot, and you can't do everything you usually can.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Same thing with hot water.
Yeah, don't scald your throat.
For me, when it comes to gear, I would say something you can go buy, local Publix, at least in Florida, it's Publix. You guys might have a Walmart or.
Yeah, we got a few Publix down here. I've seen one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've seen one in the wild.
They're going worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're more of a Walmart.
We're up to current.
Yeah, we're more of a Rouse's and a Walmart type of people. But yeah, so the room temperature water, that's not the first time I've heard that. But I've also heard, like you were saying, a lot of guys, they drink like warm tea. There's this one cat I was talking to a while back, a few years ago. He just straight up does like a big fucking pull of honey. Like he'll just take raw honey and just
Did he
I think
Corey
used to do
Corey
that
used to do it too.
a big teaspoon of honey like 10 minutes before he goes on, man. And he's like, dude, that's like the best shit ever.
It is good. It's really good for vocals. But I find that honey's great after you do a lot of the screams and singing. I feel like that coats it really well. I used to do a what do they call it? It was like a lemon tea shot or whatever. I saw Randy Bly do it because
Corey's done that too.
Yeah,
probably
Corey,
for the same reason.
Yeah, our buddy Corey, he used to be a vocalist with us in a few projects we had. He used to do the same fucking thing, same damn thing, the lemon tea shot or whatever it is. Honey. He used to do honey before the show and after the show.
And tequila.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it will get you fucked up. Yeah, that's, I mean, just like, with the drummer and the guitar player and the bass player, the voice is an instrument, man. You got to take care of it. Like us, like if you got a fucking guitar and you never change the strings on it and that thing is rusted as fuck.
Are you referring about rusty strings, man?
No, I mean, not you specifically, but I mean, if the shoe fits.
It does.
But like, if you don't take care of your shit, it's going to bust up on you. If you don't take care of your fucking voice, it's going to fuck up on you. So besides the room temperature water, do you do any like vocal exercises? Is there like a warm-up routine?
Yeah. So I bought the CD. My old vocal coach, Corey, he plays guitar in the metal band Merso. We're going to be opening on April 13th, Propaganda. So if you guys are in town, you guys can make that.
Hey, man, we'll make the trip. Fuck it.
That would be fucking sick, honestly. You said Shovel Pit too?
But as far as warm-ups go, I would say like lip trills are great. They help clear phlegm in your throat. Sirens are really good. Lows and highs, like highs to lows or lows to highs. What else? The lip trills. Scales are cool too, but like, I'm gonna be honest. The best warm-up, besides lip trills, because those help a lot. Besides lip trills, I would say the best warm-up for me is just singing like a classic rock song or something that's not too screamy. Because like when you're on stage in like a metal band, you're not going to be clean singing like opera. You're going to be yelling. You're not yelling, but screaming.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat of the same technique.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I find that with clean singing especially, I feel like it requires a lot more pressure and a lot more force than if you're screaming the right way, it doesn't really hurt that much.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask that after shows. They're like, how is you still talking, after you scream? It's just because, I know how to.
Yeah.
Thanks to teachers and thanks to the Zen of Screaming, I bought the CD, and it really helped me out. I sat there for like an hour, even though I wasn't supposed to. She even told me on the CD, don't do this all day. I did it like all day. But I got the most out of it, and it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
As far as warm ups go, I would just say singing a song, like a classic rock song, or a I don't know, lip trills. They definitely help.
When I hear that, it brings me back to the the commercials where they fit all the yes in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Metallica doing the yeah. But that would be like that same kind of mid-range kind of thing, just by saying certain words, honestly, too. Even because the tone you're gonna say it, I guess it makes it sound like I don't sound like a.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So what about drummer and guitarist, man? Is there a certain type of warm up you try to do? Is there a certain song you like to play to get the juices flowing, or how does that work? You just get on there and start fucking jamming?
I mean, sometimes you can bring like a drum pad and like do basic rudiments on that before a show.
Mm-hmm.
And that can get wrist and arms moving.
Hell yeah, like your little paradiddles and things like that.
Yeah, there's like singles, doubles, and then paradiddles are like a very popular rudiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah.
Eddie and his paradoodles.
Shit.
For me, I usually I get started like an hour before the show, and then just kind of mainly work on right hands, just getting all the down picks just as fast as I can.
There you go.
For that, Backbone by Gojira. That's
like.
A lot of gallops in there, really fast.
Hell yeah.
Perfect one.
Oh well, shit. I got you like Gojira?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't?
So I got it's out in the truck. I might run it in before y'all leave and show it to you. I actually have Joe Duplantier's signature series, the white one, the white Charvel. And man, that fucking guitar is about as basic as you can get, and that's probably besides the Dean from Hell that I had a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the sickest fucking guitars I've ever owned, man. That thing is killer.
I have to say, I didn't know it was gonna handle drop A like it did.
Oh, dude, we've got that bad boy in drop A, and that thing handles it like a fucking champ. The Charvel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think the lowest I ever got that Dean was like drop
B.
like drop B.
Yeah,
maybe.
but we had like cables on that fucking thing.
dude, that fucking top string was as thick as a rolling.
That's all. My low string usually starts off at about a 60-ish. That's for me on a light side.
You seen his face, dude? He was like, that dude's playing a roll of nickels.
I mean, like, where's it at? Like,
yeah, if I started off on my.
Yeah, these are like the picks that I have to use when I play guitar. So
he uses
like,
frisbees.
Yeah, and this is like something that came with a computer tool kit or something. But yeah, it's hard for me to. What you got, man?
Look at them fucking.
When I write songs, the picks I use are very important. I can't use any standard pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's one very specific pick. It's one very specific brand.
Okay.
Dunlop, big stubbies.
Dunlop big stubbies.
Oh, that's the ones you like right there.
No, they're very similar.
The thick ones, yeah.
I do the Jazz Masters.
I like those too. Those are cool, but I just find I get more scrape in the pick.
Yeah, absolutely you do. It's hard plastic. It's got the groove where the fingers go.
I use bass picks because I can gnaw this side down, then switch it, gnaw this side down, and vice versa. And not only that, I get more out of it. Like as far as the material, I can suck a lot. Well, that's it. Sorry,
you better cut that fucking sentence right there.
Dennis not in the chat still.
But
I feel more comfortable with the material behind to where when I'm doing like pinches and stuff, like it's easier to pull a lot of that back instead of like it feels like I'm gonna lose the pick if it's a smaller pick. When I try to pull it, might slip out my hand or something. But yeah, how long I've been playing this?
I don't know, man. You've been playing that since we met.
I used to only play 4 strings like Max Cavalera did, and because that's all I was like real tough on the rhythm. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna put as thick as strings as I can go, and that's all I. And that was 15-ish years or 20.
I know
you. Wow.
You'd be just as successful if you took that pick and went outside and started plucking them fucking power lines outside. That's about how thick your fucking strings are. I think
on this Gibson.
Yeah, I think
fucking Gibson, big old knots.
Shit, I think the thickest gauge I go because I'm more of a, I like the Pantera shit, and I like floppy strings. I think the thickest gauge string I go is 56s. 56 is probably the thickest I'll go.
String set,
For a 7-string, I'll go 56, and then anything 6-string, I'll go 54s or 52s. Because I like the vibratos. I feel like my
think that one right there at 7 strings got like an 82 on it.
I got little fingers, so if I'm playing 60s, I'm gonna have fucking biceps right here in this little groove. Don't fucking make fun of me.
And 2, and 3.
Yeah. I did that's so 54s, 56s probably as big as I'll go. 52s, 54s are pretty middle of the road for me. That's a pretty standard set. Ernie Ball, Super Slinkies.
Kind of going back on what you was talking about the picks, and even with vocals or drums or guitar, and the bass player obviously got it made in the shade, but
apparently super handsome. I don't know.
Yeah, super handsome bass player. But I think that even down to the pick, something that simple to me, and you can ask him if I don't have those big stiff that don't budge at all.
If he doesn't have a big stiff,
I can't
don't budge.
That's fucked up.
Said it, I mean,
but I just can't get the aggression out when I'm playing guitar. If I don't have this, so I can imagine, writing those things make that sound come together, and that in itself can kind of inspire you a little bit to push you into that song too. And you could ask him. We've had like 50 pedals connected, just trying to get some weird sounds, just trying stuff. You know what I mean? And and like. All that shit didn't work, but it kind of gave us a process of elimination to where, and it, they were like, no, man, it's got to sound like this shitty distortion pedal. It has to have that sound in order for the song to work. I guess in the writing phase of it anyway.
I mean, there's always going to be. I like to experiment, and I like to kind of tweak around and see where things go. But I know my man likes to plug in direct to the house, and it might just be the old school in me. But man, nothing beats a fucking analog amp, man. Just give me a fucking PV6505, and I got a 412 Hughes and Kettner cab. That thing is heavy as a fucking Prius. But man, there's something about that, man. You just hear that bastard fucking screaming at you from behind. That
motherfucker there is deadly. It goes to 1 and it's over with. It's turning it down. 1. When I played live, this thing got to like 2.5, and the guy was like, "You got to turn that shit down, man." I was like, "Okay, man." So like 2.5's too much. This one we got up to 10 before the Marshall. But this one's seen 5 is as loud as it's been.
Oh, I do have one. Have you ever experimented with the what is that? The Horizon Devices pedal at all?
Yeah, that Misha pedal.
The Misha Mansour pedal?
I haven't, no. But going on the modelers, there's actually a model of that exact pedal.
Mm-hmm.
So
of course.
But I haven't used the actual analog pedal, no.
Yeah, that, man, I'm telling you, that I go to some shows, man, and, I mean, even with Brian, dude, like, his pedal board's got what? 8 pedals, 9?
No.
Is that what?
It's got like
7?
4 or 5 pedals.
4 or 5 different pedals on it. Mine's got 3.
Yeah.
I got a fucking tuner. I got a fucking, I got that Horizon Devices, and then I got the
noise suppressor.
No, the noise suppressor. And I fucking scooped the mids.
That's all you need.
I took a page out of Dimebag Darrell's book, man. I fucking scooped the mids. I let him handle, and see, that's that's one thing too. Me and him play really well off of each other because he likes a bassier tone, and I don't put the bass on my amp up as high, and I fucking scoop the mids, so mine's fucking screaming over on the left, and his is fucking singing soprano on the right.
Yeah, I find a lot of guitarists kind of like to scoop the mids a lot, especially in modern music and stuff. I scoop the bass.
yeah, he's got a big a bassier tone.
Not too much, but I mean a little bit is
bassier than me.
Yeah, a little bit is a lot on a guitar. So
yeah. So is there in y'all's local stratosphere of
I only use that pedal
band.
for a noise gate, by the way, too. The precision pedal.
Yeah.
I don't use it for no tone. What I got? I got a tuner, the Horizon. I got an analog MX, all MXR analog.
You got the wah.
Delay, the wah. That's right. And I got a EQ on there just to kind of give me more bass if I need it. Just.
So, is there anybody in the local scene that's kind of taking you guys under their wing? Like, is there any local bands that kind of help you guys out in doing what you guys do?
I wouldn't say there's one in particular, but we've had multiple opportunities where we can play with some bigger bands, but I wouldn't say there's one in particular, no.
Okay. Yeah, that's and me personally, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Man, it's one of those things, man. It's heavy metal music in general. To me, has always felt like family. It's always felt like home. You can go to any heavy metal show anywhere, and you don't have to know a single person at that venue, and everybody treats you like a brother or like a sister or like family. Like, if you fall down, they're the first motherfuckers to stop the whole pit and pick you back up. Hey, man, are you good? Cool. And then they'll fucking throw you right back in.
That's me.
There's a certain I just want to know if that's kind of how you guys feel in your scene in particular. Is that the same kind of feeling you guys get when you go out, or like when you play a show? Is there like that camaraderie, like that brotherhood out there?
Definitely.
Yeah. I definitely think so. I mean, when you guys are talking about like bands that take us under their wing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, we started off as a cover band. We were playing with a bunch of other cover bands, and I mean that was cool. But as far as I'm thinking, because like we didn't start playing originals until like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? But like we've been writing for like a year. Like ever since the band started, me and Luca were like, we want to have an original band because the band we were in before, it didn't work for us, and we were like, it just didn't meet our needs, and we feel like we want to take it far, and let's start our own thing, and we're gonna do it right this time. We're not no mess ups. We're gonna do it. And
Hell yeah.
We have been offered to play with a really cool band. You guys have probably heard of Crowbar.
Hell yeah, man. That's New Orleans staples.
A while ago for this other band called Wax Offering. They're really cool from Pensacola.
Write them down.
Yeah. No, I'll be checking those out, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, send us all the bands you want us to
Y'all already played with
Crowbar
area. Or no?
No. So this is when we had another drummer, and it didn't work for them.
Okay.
He was an old friend of mine, but like sometimes if you have a friendship, sometimes it's not meant to be in like a business aspect. Because that's what me and Luke are treating this band. We're treating this band as a business, not just for playtime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the real shit.
Well, you got to be serious if you want to do something with it, not just practice or rehearse or jam.
Yeah, for me, there's got to be a healthy balance. It's got to be a little bit of business, a little bit of work, and a little bit of fun.
Oh yeah, this band, we've had a lot of fun. Like one of the first times me and our new drummer Anton, I mean, the first time we hung out, we went to like the fair because we do like Mardi Gras over here, and it's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
A couple buddies that weren't even music related, but we just had a lot of fun hanging out together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, not only can we have fun as a band, we can also have fun as friends.
Yeah.
Because I find that in like our rehearsal time, which we rehearsed earlier with our fill-in bassist, Ethan. Shout out their band Reverse Oreo and Reincarnation.
Pixar really cool. Didn't happen.
Cover band, but I think Reincarnation's gonna start playing some originals. So
hell yeah.
This is stuff to look out for.
Reverse Oreo.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. Well, sorry, what was I saying? I was cut off by this one.
We were getting at the
Yeah.
you was talking about you was on the crowbar thing, and that got me intrigued. But you was talking about
Some of the friend stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm back on track. But with this band, I mean, like, we rehearse, we have a great time, and it's like we have time to, after rehearsal, we'll probably go outside, do some football, or just hang out, listen to vinyl.
Yeah, man.
Writing, because like we did this 9.5 hour session at Nick Corso's house.
Y'all,
ex-writer.
y'all was burnt out or what? Shit, man.
No.
Oh,
I
what? He
was
said
not.
no. I'd have been like,
It was the time of our lives.
nice.
Now, I know other bands, they probably would have been tired of it, but we really want, this band to work out.
It was kind of just one hangout session where we got stuff done.
Yeah, and we got to hang out with you to wrote all the tracheotomy songs. So we're like, this is cool as hell.
I say I like that drive right there to push through it and just to do it, to make it.
Well, I mean, you got to have that.
Yeah.
You can't just kind of rest on your laurels, You still got to have the drive. You still got to push. You still got to. Basically, you just got to get GTS. Got to GST. No, GSD. I don't know what's going on. It's basically get shit done.
Yeah, get shit done.
Yeah, you get in there and you set a goal for yourself. Hey, we're gonna, say you guys are building a song. We're gonna have the fucking verse 1 and 2 and a chorus riff done by the end of this, and just fucking get it done. And you can still have fun doing it and still have a goal, but get it done. And I can definitely see you guys have that fire. And it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see, people that are still, really pushing it, because a lot of bands, like you were just saying earlier, a lot of bands will go in, the practice space, get in there, hey, how you doing? Run the set, and then, get the fuck. They don't hang out. They don't, that's what, just like the heavy metal community, a band is a brotherhood. If you can't stand the motherfuckers you're playing with, that shit is going to fail immediately. You got to be
I've put up with some before.
Yeah, you got to be willing to go to war with these guys. And I can definitely see you guys have it, and that's really refreshing to see.
Well, Crowbar, not to like switch it or anything or harp on it, but that's definitely some they definitely going to show some love if y'all get in with them guys. So for sure, I mean,
well, that's what I was getting to about the whole like fun time thing. The old drummer we had didn't really want to do it. Like he wanted to be more of a like project drummer, drummer for bands that want someone to record with them. He played a couple shows with us, and then we were like, dude, like we need your full support. We need you active. And he was active for a little, and then he just lost it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand, but even though we're in high school and people are like, okay, you guys are so young, you guys have so much time, we really don't if you think about it, because some of our guitarists, our new bass player, he might even go to college,
Yeah.
I know he's planning on going to Berkeley. That's way too far, Well, at least for us. Like, he's staying here. I'm going to stay here for the most part. And we're going to keep it going. Luca, he's got time. He's a year younger than us. He's already 18. I'm 17.
Okay.
But Luca's 16. He's got enough time.
God damn. Hey, not to, dude. Y'all, a lot of people say y'all might have plenty of time, but this might be the time to do it. You might not get an opportunity later in life if y'all, don't pursue it now, especially as full throttle. You know what I mean? If y'all plan on, taking it by the horns, just go for it, dude. I mean, y'all have already got the style, you already got the talent to do so, and y'all have already making moves. So I mean, that's huge.
Thank you. I mean, like I said, regarding the crowbar thing, obviously it didn't turn out. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because of our drummer, sadly.
Boo.
Yeah, but you know what? It's fine because I know we're gonna have another opportunity like
Of
it,
course.
maybe even better. Especially being involved in the scene, the actual like the real fans are making. Because like starting out as a cover band, it's one thing. You get a bunch of people tipping you well. You're getting paid, and it's cool. But playing originals and connecting with people and leaving them with a message they can remember, after the night, it's really something else, and it's really special to all of us.
Yeah. And I mean, playing covers is cool and all, but like originals, when you play originals, for me personally, it's basically like you're showing these people like this is us, like this is what we're about, this is who we are as people, this is who we are as musicians, you know, and to see people, you know, to play those originals and to see people react the way that they do and like get super hyped, that dude, there's no better feeling. No, I mean, I know you guys know that. That when you go out there and you see people fucking snapping their necks out there, it's dude, that's a whole nother. That's like holy shit. Like people really are digging what we're doing, you know.
Well, I think, you know, reaching out between us and talking about, you know, getting prepared to do the live stream and the podcast. I sense the energy then, you know, and it sounded like, you know, the ambition, the will to just. This doesn't happen for us all the time. We ask bands if they would like to be on, and this is it's just as easy as this. I don't know if this is good enough or quote unquote or whatever, but everybody's still welcome. I think it's cool because y'all are trying to achieve getting y'all's name out there and music out there. It's all about the music, you know, for us, and hopefully, you know, for the scene, everybody can see that. And having as many avenues and directions to try to take, you know, that are a safe way for the most part, you know, I think it means a lot to, you know, the fire being built underneath the bands to go out there and do shows. I mean, y'all might come to New Orleans or this area to do the shows just by making this connection. You never know.
Yeah, please do.
Oh yeah, they got, you know, plenty of.
Please do. We'd love.
Oh
to,
yeah, we definitely will
be
there for sure. And you know, in New Orleans, don't get me wrong, or even in this whole area, the South area, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, the whole area, Mississippi, Southern Mississippi, Pensacola, even over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's they got a hardcore scene, they got a heavy metal scene, but it's a freaking music scene. Like they have any kind of music you can think of in this immediate area if that's what you enjoy, and it's happening all the time. Like places in New Orleans, there's a show every single night. Now you might not listen to that music, but I guarantee right around the corner is going to be another spot to where you can go check it out. And a lot of the businesses and venues, they support out of town, you know, acts to bring that versatility in there so that their crowd can have options also. We will be wrapping it up here in a few. I do want to ask y'all, you know, how can the listeners or whoever came in on the stream, how can the followers and people that, you know, follow us and, you know, get to follow you, how can they listen to y'all's stuff and, you know, and reach y'all?
So we're on every streaming platform as of currently, every mainstream streaming platform. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, anything you can think of, we're on there. We're on YouTube. You can find us at social media on Instagram.
Revelations _FL on every single platform.
Cool.
On the Instagram, we have a link tree, which is just kind of links to all of our other platforms.
Music.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know, us personally, I think you guys fucking got it. I think y'all are gonna go somewhere. Just, you know, from the outside looking in, you know, keep doing what you're doing, keep that passion, keep that drive, and you guys are, from what I've heard, I think you got it. I think you got it. I think there's a vibe there that you can tell that there was a lot of work and time and dedication put into these tracks that we got to listen to. And I think that's going to come across to anybody that's listening to you guys. I you know, that I'm not, you know, blowing a bunch of smoke or whatever, but
I say just stick with it. If y'all continue to do what y'all are doing, it's gonna unfold, man. And you know, you don't want to you know, confine yourselves into a space, or, you know, because it'll, you know, let the talent and the creativity be tarnished. But yeah, I agree with Dalton. I think listening to those and I was going to say I didn't want to interrupt him, but I keep harping on that song "Tough," but that song can't get loud enough. And I like that song because it's just I like gutter stuff. I'm a grit guy, you know. I like all the kind of punch you right in the midsection kind of shit. I do have one more question. What y'all's favorite pizza toppings?
Pepperoni.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Perfect question. Gotcha, Popsicle Haven't. Amy Mysterious.
You like sardines? I like pineapple.
Oh shit.
Sardines? That's a new one. Really?
Dude,
like
I'm
Jack Mac?
I'm a
You like sardines and ketchup on his pizza?
shit, man. Dude, I will fucking die on this hill. Pineapple is great on pizza. If you don't like pineapple on pizza, you fucking fight me.
I think this is the third time you've mentioned pineapple being.
We'll fight this kid over.
Dude, this is like the fourth time I've said some shit about pineapple on pizza. I will die on that hill.
Well, guys, I really want to thank y'all again. I know we're pushing it a little time, past the time where we kind of said we was. I think this has been awesome. This is going to be episode 3 of season 2. Mm-hmm. We started another season. And this is a live stream, but we will have the podcast uploaded within a day or two up to Spotify. You can catch us out. Now we're going to have tracks being played out through the episode from your boys Revelations out of South Florida.
Hell yeah.
If there's anything else you want to say, guys, feel free to do so.
Well, actually, I think we got our super amazing.
We got our super amazing.
Oh shit!
wow,
There's that handsome bastard.
Right at the end of it. How's it going, man? Brian, this is Dalton.
So good.
What's up, man? Hell yeah.
Sorry, I was out enjoying my dinner.
All right, so here's a recap. Where you from? What's a band? What's a piece of equipment?
Fucking rapid fire. Just start shooting them out. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Fuck. My name's Ethan. I'm from Boynton. I play the bass. I'm pretty good at it sometimes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hey, we always give the bass players the get out of jail free card and the hall pass. So you definitely got it, man. You definitely have it.
We'll let it slide this time, but next time's not gonna have it. Who's that fella that was
they've been
sitting
sitting
over
there the
there?
whole time.
Who's that fella?
What's up?
This is okay. He drummed on top. You have to
Oh well, look, he's all
Killer.
Yeah, man, I did that shit, bro. No problem, bro.
He's like, yeah, whatever. Fucking
brought the heavy on the song.
Yeah, that's definitely sick.
Man. Well, look, guys, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us and chat with us and laugh with us and all that good stuff. We would love to have you guys back on.
Yep.
Anytime you guys want. But we really appreciate what you guys are doing out there in the South Florida area, and we really hope that one day we can get you guys out here to NOLA, man, and fucking break down the house.
Yeah, we're so down. If you guys get us out there, let me see if we can get a gig together. If you guys got some bands that you think we could fit on a bill with.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can do skate parks. We can get you lined up with all kind of stuff out here, man.
Yeah, man.
Or at least somebody that can for sure. So
I think it'd be really cool to play with Boyd. I definitely want to try to hit them up.
Hell yeah, man.
I talked to Sideline, the band that from Michigan. They play with Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good people. Tony's a great guy. Heal up, Tony. He just broke his shoulder or something like that.
Hell yeah.
But we're talking about it. I mean, I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but I definitely think it'd be cool to play with the Void guys. I talked to Tony about it. He thinks it'd be cool.
Yeah,
I think
they playing a night. I think
you know it'd be really cool. I think they would like. I don't know if they've heard of them, but we got the local legends. Wasted.
Yeah, Wasted would definitely be.
Those guys are fucking killer, dude.
Check them out.
If you
Shout
like
out
them,
Wasted.
They're fucking killer, dude.
The
They're
most shout out band on the show.
Yeah, dude. We shout them out all the time, man.
But they're great guys, and they get the business done, man.
They don't fuck
book
around.
Yeah, they book the shows that brings everybody together and helps the scene out too. So
for sure.
Well, I do want to say thanks to you guys. Get back in touch with us, listeners. This has been Revelations on. We'll talk to you guys later. Hope y'all have a good night, man.
You too, man.
Peace
out,
fellas.
man.
Thank you.
Later, man.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
We're back.
Like we never left.
Yeah, it's not over with yet.
Nah.
Surprise.
We back, bitches.
So yeah, we now what a pretty good show, right? I mean, that was pretty cool. We got with them guys.
They're killer, dude.
And meeting them off of the local Riffs page, just by via DM and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
And they were so stoked to be on the podcast. I think that I don't know. I think bringing us like that makes a difference to an extent. I mean, I think it helps the guys feel a little more comfortable with getting you know used to certain things. Not saying that we're pros or anything, but shit, look at us. We got the rig.
Well, I mean,
we're making it happen no matter what. So.
Well, I think that in itself is the reason why people like you want to reach out and want to be on the podcast, because they're not on fucking MSNBC, you know, they're not on fucking Fox News, man. It's just a bunch of cats in a room.
Hey,
talking
bands, just letting y'all know. I know if y'all are watching or will watch this. If you listen to the podcast, I'll say it again. We extend the invite
to anybody, anywhere.
What you got to
anytime.
lose, you know? And we just want to talk about your music. We want to talk about the scene. We want to talk about your inspirations, your feet. I keep saying it, pizza, the fucking favorite pizza topping. You know,
I want to know if you got hairy toe knuckles.
I could have swore we had Dennis. I thought y'all had just like the fuck Dennis. I thought you was what are you talking about? Some floppy toppy or something in there? Or,
yeah, because you said
mbop or
you
something.
said you like your pick stiff and your strings floppy, and he was like, "Which one, stiff or floppy?" And you said flobby.
Shout out to all the people that was in the chat.
Yeah, all six of
you.
You're the real MVPs.
Usually this would be the time where I'd go live on Instagram, but I think finishing this off here the next couple minutes. See what we got over here.
I mean, hell, just
we up an hour and 35 minutes, and I think that this right here we're gonna be good to go just to push play and listen.
Yeah, I think so. I think this was a good informative episode. I mean, you got them cats down there in South Florida, man. I'm pretty sure with them being on, and if they had a good experience, maybe they'll sling our name around down there. Maybe we'll get a couple more bands out in that area. Hell, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to make a trip down there one day.
Shovel Pit,
you up? Those guys.
You up? Shovel Pit, what's up?
Yeah, make sure get everybody in there. I want to talk to your mom. I want to talk to I want to talk to your drum instructor. You know, I want to talk to whoever
guitar teacher.
Yeah, I want to talk to your uncle,
landscaper.
Yeah, let me talk to your gardener.
Doing the live stream. I think it was a cool deal. I really feel as though we can do this a little differently next time, but for the time being, I think that we and shout out to all of the supporters, the followers, the listeners, the people that appreciate what we're doing, because we appreciate what y'all are doing, and it's all about local riffs. It ain't about egos. It's not about this person's better or this group's better or this genre we don't listen to. We're trying to catch it all, and we're trying to bring that to y'all so we can bring that to everybody else. And I appreciate Dalton for coming in on the live stream. I was really nervous. It can be daunting sometimes, but I think it was a good first run. And like I said, thanks to all the support. Thanks for the chat blowing up. Amy, love you too. And Dennis,
love
you
you,
are gonna have to pop off that. Yes, Emily, pineapple does belong on pizza for Dalton. So
you're fucking right, it is. I will fucking hip toss anybody that disagrees.
Dennis Mbop, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get you on that shit for sure if you're still listening. But
But Dennis, why aren't you going to be in our fucking band, dude? What's up with that? We're trying to get Kill Time off the ground. What fucking come at me with that? You better come up with something. We got like 6 songs and ain't got vocals on it. We need you here, man. Just kidding. I love you, dude.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Dalton. Love Brian more, though. Okay.
Ah, I get it.
Well, guys, we want to thank you again. We done pushed our limits here. I think it was a good show. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the support. This has been Local Riffs. Peace.
See you later.